Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Let's start with a prayer together. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, great gurus, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Shri Yukteswarji, beloved Guru Deva, Paramahansa Yogananda Ji, saints of all religions, we bow at thy feet and we ask thy blessings on our class today. Bring thy divine presence into our consciousness. We are thine, be thou eternally ours. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We have a song and then an excerpt from a video talk by Swami Kriyanandaji. Welcome again, everybody.
Master, may thy joy fill our days. Oh, Master, may thy wisdom guide our ways. The time has come for us to see that there's but one reality upon the earth and high above, the truth that all was made from love. A love that calls to us to fly above the hills, above the sky, above the storms, above the pain, a land where peace and laughter reign. Oh, Master, may thy joy fill our days. Oh, Master, may thy wisdom guide our ways. Guide all our hopes and all our dreams, past every glow that only seems, into the light, the inner sun, into the truth that we're all one. Help us to find in every hour, in every thought, in every flower, the joy that spans eternity, the truth that makes us ever free. Oh, Master, may thy joy fill our days. Oh, Master, may thy wisdom guide our way.
A guru must know the terrain. He must know God. He must know the path to God. The guru is appointed by God, is not somebody that anybody can appoint, either himself or the guru himself. It's a divinely ordained thing. When somebody is assigned this duty by God, that guru remains yours forever. When I met my guru, he said to me, I give you my unconditional love. And that is the relationship of the guru to the disciple. The disciple may turn away from the guru, but sooner or later he has to come back, because it's only through that way that he can. And in fact, the guru has to be infinitely patient, because the disciple makes many mistakes. We are in this Maya because we're ignorant, and being ignorant, we make mistakes. And there was one disciple of Yogananda's, for example, who he betrayed Yogananda, and he betrayed him in another life also. And Yogananda said he won't be able to find God except through this instrument. And in fact, he said of him that in another 3 lives he will be liberated. How somebody who could fall that far from true discipleship and still be liberated in 3 lives is one of the mysteries. But Judas Iscariot was a disciple of Jesus and far higher than most of the Christians who think of him as Satan incarnate. And he was liberated in the last century. My guru said he knew him. And he still had some attachment to money, but when the disciples tended to rib him about it, the guru said, no, don't. He suffered enough on that subject. Anyway, the guru-disciple relationship is an eternal one, and the guru sees it more than the disciple often. But a guru has to be someone who knows God. He can be a channel for a guru, and this is something else. I am not a fit guru because I don't know God yet. And so I am working on it as hard as I know how, but I can be an instrument for my guru. And in that sense, I am a teacher to many people. And I always make it clear that he is the guru.
Good morning again, friends. I'd like to read an interesting story from Conversations with Yogananda. There was a certain man in Encinitas who sold real estate. His wife had been seriously ill for 90 days. When the man heard of the master who lived locally and who had healing powers, he went and asked him to pray for her. The master prayed, but was told for then not to go to the woman's bedside. Shortly thereafter, to the husband's despair, the wife died. Then only was the master told in meditation to go to their home. Once entering, he found some 30 people assembled, all of them grieving. The husband was by the woman's side, weeping and shaking her desperately. The master calmly motioned him away, then placed one hand over the dead woman's forehead, the other on her back, and began to invoke the divine power. 5 or 10 minutes later, her body began to shake like a motor, as the master described it to us. Presently, a deep calmness stole over her. Her heartbeat and breathing returned. She slowly opened her eyes. In them was a faraway expression, as though she had just returned from a long journey. She was completely healed. And briefly, another incident like this happened. And Master said, I went inside and was told this relative had just died. His family were all weeping. I went to the body and prayed deeply over it. By God's grace, the man was restored to life. Dr. Lewis told me many years later, I once asked the master, did you enter that home because of your personal connection with the man? Or was it because God told you to? The master at once replied, oh, because God told me to. Otherwise, I would not have gone in. These are incredible stories, and we need to ask ourselves, how did that happen? How did Master raise those people from the dead? And when you read an autobiography of a yogi, how did those incidents happen? With Rama raised from the dead, Swami Sri Teswarji coming from the astral causal realms and coming back to life, showing himself in front of his guru. How did all the various incredible stories of the guru's power Master was healed from cholera by looking at the photograph of Lahiri Mahashaya. Swami Shri Yukteswarji, through the power of his guru's grace and vibration, he gained that weight that he had lost. He said in one day he had gained 50 pounds. How did these things happen? We have to ask. These weren't just men who were healing people. This was God's power through the channels that he had sent. Do you think of the life of Jesus Christ and all the people that were healed from him? You think of Babaji, all of our masters, they healed people. God, they helped people. They raised people not just from the dead, but they raised their consciousness. They had helped people to know God. Now that's what an incredible feat to take a disciple all the way to the point where they're self-realized, where they are like the guru and they know God. This is why the gurus have come. The power of the divine flowed through them. Like Master said, I killed Yogananda long ago. No one dwells in this temple now but God. And he would say, when people said, oh, your disciple this, your disciple that, he said, they're not my disciples. They're God's disciples. And what flowed through Master was the power to change people completely. His good karma, he said, he would give lots of his good karma, meaning his power to change, his Shakti, the power to uplift people's consciousness, he gave to them. Swamiji said when he would sit with Master to meditate, his consciousness would just completely be uplifted. He said sometimes he would feel he was just going through the spiritual eye. And he said problems, worries, fears, doubts, whatever he had, would in just the meditation, sitting with the guru, they would go away. Some he said he had for years, but they would go away just from the power of God flowing. And Master talked about he only did what Divine Mother told him. You know of the story. We just finished the Christmas season where in the new path, Swamiji talks about Master talking to Divine Mother out loud. So people could hear at least half of the conversation. He had a conversation with her at one of the Christmas meditations, and he was saying how beautiful you are. He talked to her. He talked to her as a boy. He meditated on Kali. He was in touch with God. And that was the power that empowered him. His whole life was that power of God. And he said he didn't do anything unless Divine Mother told him to do it, like in these beautiful stories. And he said once to Swamiji, took him out to 29 Palms, to the retreat, the seclusion retreat. And he said, I'm taking you only because Divine Mother told me. And he said, I asked her who I should take, and your face appeared. And then I asked her twice more, and your face came twice more. I knew it was you, that who should come. And everything that he did, he was in constant communion with what did God want. It's such a great lesson for us. Not what do I want? What does God want? How can God flow through me? How can I change myself through the power of God that's flowing through? And that good karma that Master said he would give is for all those who are open, to all those who received him. Jesus Christ said he gave the power to become the sons of God. And Master would say to Rajasi, maybe others, don't forget where your power is coming from. And what was he really saying? Rajasi said, yes, I know it's coming from you. It's coming from him, but it's coming through him. And that same power, when we say in the purification ceremony, the Master says, he says it, open your heart to me and I will enter. I will take charge of your life, meaning that power of God through the vehicle, the channel of the Guru, sent by God, one with God, no one else in that body but God, as Master said. Then the power of God through the Guru, through his thoughts, through his vibrations, through the Shakti flowing, the power flowing through. When we meditate with the gurus. They're really who's meditating? They're meditating through us. They're burning up the karma through every kriya that we do. It's their light we see. It's their Om sound of God that we're hearing. When we meditate, we're uplifting ourselves, and it's the power of God that's changing us. Otherwise, how would a technique work? The teachings don't work until you have the power of the Guru behind you. And when we serve, as Swamiji told a beautiful story, and I'll tell it here. He said that once he was about to give a talk many decades back, and he had a kidney stone attack. And he was in such pain. It was at the meditation retreat at Ananda Village in California, US. And he said he was in so much pain that he couldn't even move, not let alone go and give the talk. It was at that site where he was at the meditation retreat. And time was passing and he still wasn't able to feel better to give the talk. So finally, he said this, Divine Mother, if you want me to give the talk, you're going to have to take this pain away. And I wasn't there at the time, but I was there when Swamiji told that story here in India. He told it to a few of us, and he said, just like this, the pain was gone. It was God that came to him, surely always through the Guru, but to him. And he said he felt so much bliss, he could still hardly speak. He went and he gave the talk. Nayaswami Dhyana was there, and he said he was so blissful he still couldn't really give the talk. But what happened to him? God came to him. So let's not be mistaken. We're doing 25%, but God's power through the power of the Guru is coming and is changing our consciousness, is changing our bodies, it's getting us well, and it's helping us to stay well. It's helping us to be and more uplifted and in attunement with the higher vibration, the higher consciousness. It's protecting us. God, through the channel of the chosen Guru. Who chooses the Guru? It's God who sends the Guru, who chooses the Guru. Look at all the incredible stories. How did he find that boy Kashi, who he told him he would die? The boy died. And in 6 months, he came back. He was in the womb of his mother. And I think Master brought him back fast. And he found the boy and he brought him back to the teachers. And he took him to a Himalayan yogi for his training. You've got to know. The power of God brought that boy back through the Guru. The power of God helped him to find the boy. Power of God sent the boy to some Himalayan yogi to continue his training. We have to just bow in deep gratitude to Divine Mother, to our gurus, for bringing that power into our lives. And I found a story I want to finish with this morning online, which is really an incredible story, that how from birth, we think we find God, find the Guru, or he finds us later, but from birth, how the Guru is helping us. This story I found on ananda.org, and it's from Nayaswami Sadhana Devi. Here, listen to these words. As a child, I was partially paralyzed from polio, and I was sent to a hospital for treatment. The result of the epidemic was a seriously understaffed faculty, with children in beds in the halls and harried nurses and physical therapists doing their best to attend to the children. After about 10 days, our family doctor recommended that I return home, as he felt that my condition was worsening at the hospital. At home, I was partially bedridden, and my fourth grade teacher came to my home and tutored me. During this period of time, my mobility improved, although my father still needed to carry me up the stairs to bed each night. After a few months, I was able to return to school and was walking almost normally. My blood tests now showed that the virus was leaving my body. This was a miracle to my family and me, as many of my schoolmates had not been so fortunate and were now disabled. Many decades later, I remembered this, and I thought of it when reading about Master's Mahasamadhi. It is said that a great avatar, such as Yogananda ji, can take on some of the disciples' bad karma. At the age of 9, I didn't know anything about yoga, bad karma, meditation, or Yogananda. But Yogananda, he knew about me, and he knew that I would become a disciple one day. Om Shanti Shanti. What a beautiful story. I think we all have that story in our lives. Om Shanti. I'll ask Natendra to join me now.
Thank you so much, Dhanaji. The story was really very heartening to know and shows the power that we have of the gurus.
Very much so.
We have a few questions, Dhanaji. Actually, we have a live question. Maybe let me take that one first.
Go ahead.
It is sometimes we start seeing the aspects of gurus in our mentors and teachers with whom we meet. So is that okay?
Yeah. I mean, of course, they're a channel, the best channel they can be for Master, for Swamiji. Swamiji was surely a channel. I mean, we always felt we were in the presence of the Guru with him. I mean, he was very advanced, and Master said he would find God in that lifetime. For others who are helping to lead in one way or another, I would say people are trying their best to be in tune. They may have been on the path longer than you. They may have more wisdom. I would say feel inside. If you feel the person's guiding you properly, I would certainly listen. I see a lot of people getting into delusion from just listening to themselves. And they say, Master told them to do it, but then they're way off. And I see them fall, slip, and some fall. So it behooves us to listen to others who've been around longer, who may have more wisdom, experience, time with Swamiji, training from Swamiji. I would listen, but feel inside, inwardly ask Master, is this right? And other thing I'll say about it is don't get too personally attached. It's the wrong attitude. And be more centered in yourself. Practice the teachings yourself. Don't rely on somebody else's good karma to help you. And so Swamiji said this when someone asked him, are you taking on some of our karma? Which certainly felt like it, because suddenly you were better. And he had many different difficulties in his life. And he just said this, we all have to do our part. Now, we all means we all. And I think you all try to do your part. You're helping your family, you're helping your children. You can help those who are ill. That's why we do healing prayers for people. So don't just look to somebody else. Look to yourself. How can you help other people as well? I think that's also an important part of this question.
Thank you, Dhanaji. Yeah, this makes it very, very us being part of the channel in the gurus as well as we are starting to help. The next question, Dhanaji, is when one wants to know God, does he pray for a guru or pray for God to come?
Gee, I didn't know anything about a guru or like Sadhana Devi, karma and reincarnation and India, nothing about India. I knew nothing. I think in my soul I knew, but outwardly in my mind I didn't know anything. I prayed to God. I didn't pray for a guru. I didn't even pray for a path. I didn't pray for a meditation technique. I didn't pray for Kriya. I just said, I need help. If there is a God, I want to know you. That was my prayer. And then everything opened up. And so if you think you know of some particular guru and you feel in tune, you might ask, is this my guru? I know people come on the path and our path, and they don't know if this is their guru or not, this is their path or not. You can inwardly ask Divine Mother, is this my guru? And you can ask even Yoganandaji, are you my guru? I think Divine Mother will give you an answer. And then you have to feel it out. You can't just say, okay, that's the answer, and now I've got a path. I took one step at a time. I started doing yoga postures. Oh, no, this feels great. Then I started to meditate a little. Oh, I love this. And then, one by one, I did things. I read some of the books. Oh, this feels like wisdom. I met some of the people. Then I went to a satsang. Then I did one thing at a time. And I felt this seems right. I don't have any better option. Let me at least try it. And so don't just jump into something and then people jump in and they jump out. I mean, how many people come to first level of something and how many end up at the end? So you need to stick with something. So what Swamiji used to say is just look at different things you feel in tune with and then keep praying and asking and you will find it. And I'll tell you one last thing, you have to be really sincere. It can't be coming and going and this and that. I try this, I try. You have to be sincerely. Swamiji said he was desperate. I can say I was desperate. I was desperately looking for help. Nothing was satisfying me. And so when you're that desperate, I think that's when the guru comes. If you're just sort of playing around, oh, I like to chant, or I like the prasad, or I like the good company, I don't think that's sincere. So start with that, but don't end with it. Really be sincere, and you'll find that real answers come, and the guru comes.
Thank you so much, Dhanaji. It's very practical to take one step at a time rather than have some vision that, yes, I am the guru, perhaps. That's what happens to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Dhanaji, then we have two more questions. The next one is that why did Master always used to say that these are God's disciples and not his own? So was Master kind of working for God to help the disciples?
Yeah, he was God realized, but he saw himself as a channel for the divine, a channel for Divine Mother. I mean, yes, he was one with God, but he always kept that it's the divine flowing through him. I mean, the divine is flowing through everything and everybody. We can't say, I am the source of it. You're a part of it, like the ocean waves. Master would say just a bulge of the ocean. So he's part of God, but he never said, no, I am God, I am the guru. He was always, there's a power that's flowing through me to you. And I think if somebody's telling you, like Master, that's so that one story of that man who's that Master, he was Makunda, he was a boy then, and he would go visit saints, supposed saints, and he went to this one who said, I am God. And Master said, oh, are you? And he was a boy then. I don't know how old he was, but the stories of Mukunda. And he had, for some reason, a mirror in his pocket. So he holds it up to the man. Is this God? He says, this isn't the God. Master says, this isn't the God I'm seeking. And he changed the man. The man ran after him and said, thank you, thank you. I was in a big delusion. So, I mean, we can't be in that delusion. I am the one. You're not. And Master always held, even when he blessed people, had his hand here to say it's coming from the infinite consciousness. So let's keep that in mind.
Sure, Dhanaji. Thank you so much. Just one last question to wrap up, Dhanaji. So, as you said, like divine flows through everybody. And in that story that you shared, that the person got healed and but the other people were still disabled. So, how can we draw more power of the infinite of God through our gurus? And does everybody get the same infinite power, or do some people get more and some get less?
Yeah, that's a good question. Some get more and some get less. Now, why? If you just have a thimble and you want water, that's all you're going to get. If you have a big, huge container, you're going to get a lot more. So, what I said earlier, open your heart to me and I will enter and take charge of your life, the master says. And to those, a master said to one woman, if you shut me out, how can I come in? And this person was a disciple. And so, you have to, if you have this much openness, and I know everything. So I can only listen to this much counsel. And I've seen people like that. But if you're wide, the more open you are, the more you're going to get. The more energy you have, the more energy you're going to get. I was talking to someone recently, and that's happened a lot, who doesn't do the practices and they're always doing this or not feeling good or whatever. I said, well, you're doing that to yourself. And so if you say, I'm feeling bad, but I don't do yoga postures, I don't energize, I don't do pranayama, I don't do Kriya Yoga, I don't meditate. Well, I mean, how can God come in? You have to open the door, meaning your effort is important. And the 25%, your effort, 25% God, Guruji's power, 50% God's grace flows into you. So yeah, you see some people they're racing along. It's like on a freeway. You've got the fast lane and you got the medium and you got the slow lane. In India, I haven't seen many lanes, but you know what I mean. It's sort of a crisscross. But if you can, some people are running at top speed and they're just joyfully running. Other people are sitting by the wayside. Some people are crawling. Some people are barely making it. What do I say about that? There's karma that comes in, surely. Everybody's had their ups and downs. Karmic bombs blast in your life, but you got to keep going. So if you strengthen yourself through the practices, through the attunement to the gurus, through seva is the other thing, suddenly you find you have more energy because you're serving, not yourself. You're serving others. And those of you in Gargan, I know you stay up all night sometimes to get the thing right, to serve properly and helping other people, praying for other people. We have a Delhi book fair coming up now. We just had the Pune book fair. I love being there, talking to people, setting up the stall, making it happen. People are so desperate out there. How are we going to help people? We're trying to serve a great light, not just ourselves. Meditation is part of it. Service to mankind is the other part. You get that going, God's power will flow through you. And believe me, what I've seen is once that power flows, you don't have the problems you had before. You don't have the worries. You don't have the fears. You don't have the low energy. You don't have the laziness because it's Master's power, God through the Guru flowing through you. And as Master said, I'll close with these words. You'll be so changed, which is what the Guru does for you. God through the Guru changes you that you won't be able to even recognize yourself. Now that's what the guru does. That's what God does through the guru, is brings you the infinite consciousness so that you can't recognize yourself. You'll be so changed. And finally, one day, you're completely changed until you too are just a bulge on the ocean. That's the goal. It's not just to have people having fun and socializing and eating, and it's get rid of all the attachments and desires that hold you back from becoming the bulge on the ocean of God's consciousness, becoming one with God. That's the goal. God bless you all. And again, happy Master's birthday and happy New Year. God bless you.